Cubbies. It's good to see you again. Do you remember what happened last time we saw Cubby Bear, Lovey Lamb, and all of our friends from the farm at church? That's right. Timothy had a birthday party, and it didn't seem like him and his friends could agree on much, could they? Well, let's see what's happening now. Do you want to call Cubby Bear? All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3, Cubby! Oh, Cubby! Chugga, 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 choo, choo. Cubby, what are you doing? I'm pretending to ride the train. It's Timothy's birthday party today, and we're all getting ready to ride the train on the farm. Chugga, 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 chugga. Boys and girls, do you want to pretend to ride a train? Okay. Ready? Chugga, 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 choo, choo. Chugga, 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 choo, choo. My favorite place to sit on the train is the very first car with Timothy. But Timothy's friends, Will, Mia, and Lovey Lamb, aren't being very nice today. They aren't? Well, what are they doing this time? I heard what Cubby said, and it's not true. Mia, Will, and I are being nice. We just don't want to sit in the first car like Timothy said. We all like the last car, the caboose, best. Why do you like the caboose best? The first car is so much better. You could see where the train is going, and you get to sit right behind the train conductor, Mr. Ted. No, I think the caboose is better. You can look out the back window and wave at all the people who are visiting the farm. The first car is still better. No, the caboose is better. I think... Okay, stop right now. Didn't you remember what I said last time? Maybe Miss Alicia must have said it, huh? Or maybe Miss Darby? Do you remember? Both of you should think about how to be kind to your friends. It's fine to like different things, but you still need to be nice. Lovey, how do you think Timothy feels when most of his friends don't want to sit with him on his birthday? Probably not very good. Cubby, would you and Timothy be willing to maybe ride in the caboose at least once with your friends? Maybe. I have an idea! How about riding the train 2 times? The first time, we'll all sit in the first car with Timothy. The second time, we'll ride in the caboose. Well, good thinking, Lovey. That's the way to be kind to your friends. The next time I see you two, I want to hear that everyone is getting along at Timothy's birthday party. Okay. Bye. Goodbye, Cubby and Lovey. Don't forget to be kind. Today, Cubby Bear and Lovey Lamb were having some trouble being kind to their friends. Cubbies, why should we be kind? That's right. Those are good reasons. And the best reason to be kind is because God tells us to be kind in His Word. God is in charge. He is the king of everyone, and we should obey what He says. But sometimes we have a hard time obeying God as king. Do you remember when God's people, the Israelites, were hiking through the desert? In the desert, the Israelites had a hard time obeying God's 10 commandments. Commandments 1, 2, 3, and 4 tell ways to love God. In Mark 12:30, Jesus said, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart." Let's say that together. Love the Lord your God with all your heart. Jesus also said we should love others. Commands 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 tell ways to love each other. The Israelites did not obey God's 10 commands in the desert, but God gave them another chance to obey when he brought them home to the promised land, the land of Canaan. Cubbies, what do you think? Did the Israelites obey God's commands in their new land? Why do you think that? At first they tried to obey, but then something very sad happened. They forgot about God and all the good things he had done for them. They disobeyed all of God's 10 commands. What is this man doing? That's right, he's bowing down to a golden cow. He thinks the cow is a god. Isn't that silly? We know there's only one God, and he's not a cow. This man is disobeying God's commands, and he's not showing love to God. Love the Lord your God with all your heart. All right, open your Bible to 1 Samuel 8. The Israelites kept on disobeying God, and after a while, they told God they didn't want him to be their king anymore. The Israelites said, "Give us a man to be our king. All the other lands have men as kings, so why shouldn't we?" God was still the true king, but he decided to give them the kind of king they wanted. He chose a man named Saul to be the first king of the Israelites. Saul looked like a king. He was the tallest of the people. He looked good on the outside, but something was wrong with Saul on the inside. What do you think was wrong? King Saul did not want to obey God's commands, so God said he could not stay king for very long. God would find a different king. What kind of king do you think God would find? Open your Bible to 1 Samuel 16. God told a man named Samuel where to find the new king. "Samuel," God said, "go and visit a father named Jesse in the town of Bethlehem. I have picked one of his sons to be king." Samuel saw Jesse's first son, Eliab. He was the tallest and oldest. He looked like a king. "This must be the one," thought Samuel. Who do you think is Eliab? Maybe this guy or this guy? One of the tallest ones, right? But God said, "No, he's not the one. He may look like a king on the outside, but I look at the heart on the inside." God wanted a king who would love and obey him. Samuel saw Jesse's second son. I guess that must be him. And God said, "No, he's not the one." Samuel saw the third one. No, not him either. The fourth, the fifth, the sixth, all the sons, even down to the seventh. God hadn't chosen any of them to be king. None of these guys. "Do you have any more sons?" Samuel asked Jesse. "Yes, there is one more," said Jesse. "But he's watching the sheep. He's the youngest of all." "Bring him here," said Samuel. When the youngest son David walked in, the Lord told Samuel, "He's the one." Really? Could the youngest and probably the smallest son really be the next king? Yes. David would love and obey the Lord, and that's just the kind of king God wanted. Samuel poured oil on David's head. In the Bible, that's what people did before someone became king. When David grew up, he would become the next king of Israel. David wasn't perfect, but God knew he wanted to love and obey the Lord. Cubbies, do you want to love and obey the Lord? Well, I hope so. In Mark 12:30, Jesus said, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. That means you should love God with every part of you, everything you think, feel, and do. Repeat that verse together. Say it to mom, say it to dad. Cubbies, what are some ways you can love God? Can you love God by obeying mom and dad? Can you love God by praying to Him? Can you love God by reading His Word? Loving others is a way to love God too. Thank you for listening, Cubbies. I will see you next week for our next lesson. Bye.